Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well and I hope you're staying safe. If you hear any noise in the background, my cat's going nuts. There's a bunch of birds outside. There's a bird's nest over there by the window. He's freaking out right now. So yeah, that's him. And I apologize for the lighting. Right now I only have the main apartment light. I'd like to get some proper lighting in here for my videos, but A, we don't have the space. B, we don't have the space, and C, it's expensive. But yo, your girl got a job finally. She finally got a job, so we'll definitely be upping our video quality game soon. So that's exciting. But anyway, hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I already said that. Today we're talking about the heart. If you saw my series a few weeks ago, I did the Collateral Association or Fader Syndrome series where I talked about each letter in the acronym collateral. And I have a video on each letter talking about the vertebrae, anal defects, cardiac defects, esophageal, tracheal, esophagus defects, then we have renal, and then we have lips. I talked about all of those. And I figured that I really wanted to deep dive more into like each category a little bit more. So I wanted to talk about cardiac defects, and I wanted to talk about the VSD. So what I want to do is, or what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about VSD, which is the ventricular septal defect. Then we have sorry, 1 second on my notes here. Then we have the cathetus ductus arterius ASD, or PSD, sorry, PDA. I'm just coming up with letters in my head, I'm so sorry. And my eyes are still blinded by the flash of my camera. Because I was taking pictures earlier, and I'm seeing spots still from the flash. But anyway, yes. So I wanted to talk about both of these and give you guys some more information. I did film this previously, and I started... My cat, hold on. Sorry about that. He knocked on my notebook and he probably hit the tripod. But yeah, I filmed this and I actually started crying in the middle of filming it because I got so emotional because I know for a fact that my mom, back when my mom, when she had me and going through all this, she, I think, would have appreciated something like this, like a video or just to have something to talk about what's going on. Now, I just want you guys to keep in mind, I am not a medical professional. I'm just a lady that has the syndrome, and I just want to keep, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we're all zoomed in, and we're all focused. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm just a little lady here who has Collateral Association, has some heart defects, and she just wants to help out somebody, and if this video helps out one person, that will make me so happy. So, let's get started. So we have ventricular septal defect, VSD. That's what I had, and yeah, I don't know. So, like I said, I researched all this. I looked it up online. So I'm basically just telling you what I found online. Please consult your medical professional before just taking everything I say. Like, take it with a grain of salt. You know, make sure you're discussing this with your medical professional team. And yeah, sorry. But anyways, let's get started. So VSD, or ventricular septal defect, is a hole in the wall separating the two lower chambers of the heart. Normally the wall between the chambers closes before the fetus is born. So this is all when the baby is born. So I don't know if I said this in my series, but most of the symptoms that you will have is when the baby is born. So when I was born, they knew that I only had one kidney, and that the other one hadn't formed yet, so they just assumed that it was going to form eventually. My heart wasn't doing well, and immediately, like not even 24 hours later, they were sending me down to Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, where I got taken care of, and been there since I was there till I was 18. And yeah, so it was just like they basically know everything when you're born, and these are just little things, and that's why I wanted to film this video because I know my mom being a new parent, this is brand new to her. Uh, First of all, having a kid when you're like 27, 28, and second of all, when you have a kid with a disability and all these heart issues and just medical issues, it can be tough, and I totally respect any parents that go through this. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm just rambling, but yeah. So that's why I'm filming it, and yeah. So for the fetus is born so that by birth, the oxygen rich blood is kept from the um, like mixing with the oxygen poor blood. I don't really know what that means, but we're just gonna continue reading. When the hole does not close, it may cause higher blood pressure in the heart, or reduce oxygen to the body, which is not good. What does how does it happen? What causes it? It isn't known. It's very common type of heart defect. Like it is very common. Like I think I've heard about and seen like a lot of people having VSD. It's very common and obviously something that they can take care of once they notice it and they can assess it and go in and do surgery right away. Um, you can have other heart issues as well. Like it's not just this. You can have other heart issues as well as VSD. How does it affect the heart? So that's an important question. How does it how does it damage? How does it hurt the heart? Like how does it help you? And what's the problems that it causes for you or the baby? Normally the left side of the heart only pumps blood to the body, and the heart's right side only pumps blood to the lungs. In a child with VSD, blood can travel across the hole from left pumping chamber to the left ventricle to the right pumping chamber. Obviously, that's a big no-no because we have blood going to the heart, blood going to the lungs, and yeah, that's not good. I have lots of notes, guys. I try to be very good about my notes. And out into the lung arteries. If the VSD is large, so if the hole, so it's basically saying the hole isn't big enough, it'll more blood, more air will be lost. If the VSD is large, and extra blood will be pumped into the lungs arteries, makes the heart and lungs work harder, and the lungs can become congested. So obviously, if you're not having, the right side is pumping to the lungs, I think they said, and then the left is going to the heart. So obviously that's a big, again, no-no. It just makes it harder for the heart to pump, and obviously the child will be breathing harder, and then the ones they're having a hard time breathing from the lungs because then they have all this fluid in there, and that is not a good thing. How does VSD affect the child or fetus or whomever it may be? If the opening is small, it won't cause symptoms. So if it's a mini little hole, it won't cause any symptoms because the heart and lungs don't have to work harder. The only abnormal finding is a loud murmur. The noise, it'll be like a little. My grandma has a heart murmur, and it's just like the heart it has a little sound. It's not like normal heartbeat. It needs a little. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, it's the heart murmur, and you can hear it obviously in the stethoscope. The opening is so with the stethoscope, if the opening is large, the child may have a harder time to breathe. And the heart of the infant may have trouble feeding and growing at a normal rate. So if they haven't found anything and all of a sudden your child or baby is having a hard time breathing, they're not eating properly, they're not growing, they're not putting the weight on properly and stuff like that, obviously there's something wrong. And it could be the heart, it could be something else even, but it's always good to go to your doctors to make sure. symptoms may not occur until several weeks after birth. High blood pressure may occur in the blood vessels in the lungs because more blood than normal is being pumped there. Over time, it may cause permanent damage to the lung blood vessels. So basically, you need to see a surgeon to get it taken care of, and yeah. What can be done? If the opening is small, it won't make the heart and lungs require surgery, and other treatment may not be needed. So that's a big thing. Like, even though the hole might be small, you may not need surgery unless, like, there's other reasons that they can find that it's like, yeah, no, we need to take it into surgery now. It may not be needed. If the opening won't be harder, surgery and other treatment may not be needed. Small VSD often close on their own as well. So there's that. There isn't any medicine or treatment that will make the VSD get smaller or close any faster than it might do naturally. Yeah, when you're younger, your body heals really fast, most of the time. So if you have like a small hole, usually sometimes it'll close on its own unless like there's another issue happening. Closure by patch. If the hole is larger, then they will have they'll need like a temporary operation to relieve symptoms, and high blood pressure in the lungs may be needed. So what they'll do is this procedure, pulmonary artery bonding, is a narrow pulmonary artery to reduce the blood flow to the lungs. When the child is older, an operation is to move the band and fix VSD with open heart surgery. If the opening is large, open heart surgery may be needed to close it and prevent serious problems. Babies with VSD may develop serious symptoms, and early repair within the first few weeks of month is often necessary. So yeah, it truly depends on the baby, on the doctor, how the baby's doing, and how they're doing. Because everybody's different. Every little baby is different. It's how they are. The repair may be delayed in other babies. Medicines may be used temporarily to help with the symptoms, but they don't cure the VSD or prevent permanent damage to the lungs arteries. Closing a large VSD by open heart surgery usually is done in infant or child, or infancy or childhood, even in patients with few symptoms. Sometimes, if you have like a couple symptoms or just barely anything, they'll still do the surgery because it can prevent long-term damage. To prevent complications later. Usually a patch of fabric or pericardium, the normal lining binding around the outside of the heart, is sewn over the VSD to close it completely. Later, this patch is covered by the normal heart lining tissue and becomes a permanent part of the heart. So then, obviously, the heart is healing, and it'll heal, it'll cover it and heal on its own. Some defects can be sewn closed without a patch. It may be possible to close some VSD in the cath lab. So honestly, at the end of the day, it's truly how the baby is acting, how if they're having a hard time breathing, if they're having difficulty, eating and growing and stuff like that. I know a lot of doctors, they don't want to just immediately do surgery right away. They don't have to. They want to keep an eye on them and see if it gets worse and stuff like that. And a lot of people get upset because then something might happen later on. But at the same time, they don't want to cause any more damage if they don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, they can do surgery, but it might cause trouble down the line. But they can also not do surgery, and it might cause trouble down the line. So the doctors, I know, they really want to make sure that you need the surgery because they don't want to take somebody in if they really don't need it. But yeah, I hope this helped a little bit. If you guys have any questions, again, I'm not a doctor, but this is something that I have had, and I don't remember anything from it. But I will be doing series on my surgery from when I had 3 holes in my heart and my aortic valve repair, and then my Klebsiella video will be coming up soon. I have so much content for you guys. thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got a little bit of information. If you guys need more information or clarity or anything like that, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to help you out. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, it's all linked down in the description for you guys, along with Theo and Ryan's. We'd love to have you. And you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.